To go ahead and kind of nutshell what we've been talking about tonight. So much of what we do and what we share is wrapped up in social media. The majority of what we get as far as our news comes from social media and our peers. So when we talk about responsibility and being influencing and being influencers in our communities, I wanted to talk about that and kind of broaden that view outside of just social media just a bit. So I like to believe that we are all influencers in one way or another, especially with the access that we have at our fingertips to connect with those who think like us. I mean, the Scoop Radio Show is a beautiful example of people flocking to people who have like minds. So while we heard some of the ways we can go about vetting our sources through various outlets such as Jamaica or our academic journals and Google and all of those things, I wanted to take a few minutes to discuss how important this principle is and how we go about our day-to-day lives, even when we aren't sharing stats or news sources. A good majority of our worldviews are being shaped by what we consume on a daily basis here on the internet. Even the most confident and critical of thinkers takes a bit or two to bed with them at night as they stare into the ceiling, with the understanding that while we may all be made of the highest... Oh, sorry. My bad. So many of us, even the most confident and critical thinkers will take bits and pieces of the conversations that we have throughout our days. And when we're contemplating what we've engaged in, we're looking and we're thinking about, was that really something that I can adjust? Is that something that I can really change? Were they really right? And as we recount our day and we really start to think about the conversations that we have, those are where our thought processes are shaped. Because if we are actively engaging and participating in life, we should not be set on one set path. There should be some room for variation based on experience, based on new information coming in. So you have to be mindful of the fact that for some people, you very well may be that new source of information coming in. We all like to think we are the most amazing and most independent and we have it all together and there's no room for anything else to come in as far as who you are. We all know that may not always be the case. Being an influencer, mentor, leader, decision maker, whatever the buzzword of the day may be, requires a different level of responsibility than that of the influenced, mentored, or led. Whenever we put our thoughts out into the atmosphere for public consumption, we are unknowingly adding our piece to the puzzle of our society. Now, trust me, the level of corniness of my previous statement is not lost on me. I can feel the side eyes through the screen. I hear y'all questioning if here I come with this warm and fuzzy Care Bear stuff again. I'm not. But this is real. If you have ever taken a moment, and I know we all have, and just scrolled through your feed after some new celebrity has made breaking news, or after a new national tragedy or crime has taken place, and it is like clockwork. The posts get longer, the vloggers go dark for the day, and then it's content blast everywhere with the commentary and the backstory. Everybody has an inside scoop. Everybody has talked to somebody who has understanding that no one else has had, and there's facts and there's data and there's stats and there's bar charts, and everybody's got all of this information. We're piecing it all together. We feverishly get to work sharing our thoughts on the matter because the time is now. We got to make change. Social activists unite. Time for our voices to be heard. The people will not be silenced. All that jazz. Well, sorry. Me here again. I'm going to be the one to say it tonight, sugars. Sometimes, and honestly, most times, it would do us a lot more good to take a beat and assess the facts of a thing before we get to pecking and posting all willy-nilly like. Our posts and our rants are the things YouTube channels are being made of day after day. Our threads are being shared in rooms, in branding and writing rooms to provide a temperature of what the people want or how we feel. Our virility is being counted in political war rooms and on Senate floors as evidence. Sometimes proving our power when we unite and have a consistent voice with a clear agenda at hand. And there are the times it highlights our inability to be rational and think critically beyond the moment and our emotions. Presidents and world leaders of late, the ones we like and the ones we don't like, have used tweets, posts, polls, and petitions birthed on social media platforms to enact laws and standards of living for the masses that may have never been heard of without the power of social media. So, to say or type it's just social media is no longer realistic when put into context. The reality is that our thoughts and views are a small part of a collective that is being constantly analyzed and assessed if we like it or not. There are all kinds of algorithms in place to capture our buzzwords and hashtags. They are tracking the likes and shares far more closely than you or I ever could in the midst of a workday or lazy Saturday afternoon, because, we like to track our likes. This is what they do. The thought may have crossed your mind that this is a bit extreme or dramatic to assume that every rant or soapbox moment is being cataloged somewhere for future analysis. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. There may not be a conspiracy behind every post, but what you can't deny is that there are regular old folks who follow and friend us that are taking in what is being shared and weighing it against their philosophies on life, their experiences and biases based on their interactions, examples, the content that we share. Just because you don't get a comment doesn't mean that your information is not being committed somewhere. It is absolutely helping to shape the perspective of not just you, because we all know you couldn't really care less what people think of you, but what it is doing is shaping how spectators may view those that look, act, walk, talk, care, and share like you do, whether that's good or bad. See, I thought I was policing. Nope. I'm free. I feel free to do you. Go forth, share your thoughts, share your views. Just want to highlight how powerful you and your voice really are. Your influence is far-reaching past your timeline and friends list. It touches your coworkers, your kids, your neighbors, strangers, and overall society in more ways than one. Why do you think the line to give roses is often so long at homegoing ceremonies? People are sharing the impact and influence they didn't get to share, didn't feel confident enough to share, didn't have the opportunity to share with them prior to their transition. So you can't tell me that you don't matter. You can't tell me that you are of the little people that are free of being seen. Because survey says that is a lie. Your mind matters to what we need in this world. Our world is without a doubt in a state of transition. If ever there was a time to get involved and share our thoughts on what's happening, it is now. So please, don't stop doing that. What I am saying is to be aware of what you share on and offline. Your ripples are out here making waves, fam. Like making waves. Your touch, your words, your impact, your influence, how you make people feel is making waves in our world. So let's do what we can to wash away some of the confusion with these waves and create some more space for change. So on those notes, I'm going to step off of my soapbox and stop sharing for the evening and sending you all off with the intention of being truth seekers and change makers, being peace, being love, and being light. Y'all have a good week, and I'll see y'all next time.